For the better part of a century, one country and its allies have essentially written the rules for the rest of the world, in order built on their specific economic and military terms. But what if I told you that story is coming to an end? Forget what you think you know about superpowers. The new force reshaping our world isn't a single country, but a growing network of nations that now represents nearly half of humanity. They're building their own world order, piece by piece, and challenging the very foundations of global power. Today, we're breaking down how two overlapping groups, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and BRICS, are creating a new center of gravity for the global economy and security: the old world order. To really get the scale of this shift, we have to remember the world we've been living in. After the Cold War, the world was left with a single superpower. The United States and its G7 allies set the rules for just about everything: global finance, trade, and security. Institutions like the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, mostly led by the West, funded development across the globe. The US dollar became the world's default currency, the foundation of international trade, which gave Washington incredible economic power. Militarily, NATO was the undisputed top security alliance. It was a system so dominant, it felt permanent. But even then, the tectonic plates of global power were already starting to move. The rise of a new network. The challenge to this order didn't come from a single rival. Instead, it emerged from two distinct but increasingly connected organizations: the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, or SCO, and BRICS. First up, the SCO. It was founded in 2001 as a regional security pact between China, Russia, and Central Asian states to tackle what they called the three evils: terrorism, separatism, and extremism. But it's grown into much more. Today, with members like India, Pakistan, and Iran, the SCO has become the world's largest regional organization, covering about 40% of the global population. Then you have BRICS, what started as just an acronym for fast-growing economies: Brazil, Russia, India, and China, has formalized into a major economic bloc. Its goal is to give a bigger voice to the global south. After recently expanding to include huge energy players like Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Iran, BRICS now represents a massive portion of the world's economy and resources. Together, these overlapping groups represent a network of nations ready to carve out their own path. The economic challenge. So how exactly is this network challenging the old guard? The biggest front is economic. With its latest expansion, the BRICS bloc now accounts for about 37% of the world's GDP when measured by purchasing power, overtaking the G7 share of around 30%. More importantly, they control critical resources. The expanded BRICS bloc produces over 40% of the world's crude oil. They also produce around 42% of the world's wheat and a massive 65 to 70% of its aluminum. And this economic muscle is being used to build an alternative financial system. Their biggest play is a direct challenge to the US dollar, a process known as the dollarization. By trading with each other in their own currencies, these countries lower their exposure to US sanctions and the dollar's fluctuations. At the center of this is the new development bank, often called the BRICS Bank, headquartered in Shanghai. It was created to fund infrastructure and development, offering an alternative to the World Bank and IMF, where many developing nations feel they don't have enough of a say. But it's not all about the money. The SCO provides a security framework for this emerging group. Now, while its leaders are clear that the SCO is not a military alliance like NATO, its focus on security is undeniable. The organization regularly holds large-scale joint military exercises, like the peace mission drills, which bring together thousands of troops for intelligence sharing and complex operations. These drills build trust in military coordination among members, creating a powerful security counterbalance in Eurasia. By focusing on regional stability on its own terms, the SCO is challenging the West's traditional role in the area. The rise of the SCO and BRICS isn't just a geopolitical talking point, it signals a major shift toward what experts call a multipolar world. That's a world with several centers of power, with each of their own institutions, economic preferences, and security arrangements. On the one hand, this could lead to a more balanced global system where the concerns of developing nations are finally given more weight. On the other hand, it could also lead to a more fragmented and competitive world, with rival blocs competing for influence. The transition probably won't be smooth, but it's clearly happening, and it's just the era of a single, undisputed global leader may be coming to a close. So, between the economic weight of an expanded BRICS and the security focus of the SCO, a new center of gravity in global politics has clearly emerged. It represents a huge share of the world's population, resources, and a growing slice of its economy. As the saying goes, they're not just asking for a seat at the table, they are building a new table altogether. What do you think? Are we heading toward a more stable, multipolar world, or a more dangerous, fractured one? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into our cheated world, make sure to like this video and subscribe.